20 minutes left. Elon Musk just sent a surprise to your house. I am speaking into your now. Into the exact breath you are holding without knowing it. Into the thin bright window that feels like a laser on your life, narrow, but powerful enough to melt years of wandering into a single, clean decision. Into the softness under your ribs that you protect with jokes and chores and scrolling. Into the tremble you refuse to admit when you imagine that maybe, just maybe, you were finally seen today. By a knowing, not a guess. By a certainty that does not stutter. I am at your door, and I am not late to your address. I read your quiet like a book. I know the way you say, "It's fine," while your heart presses its face to the window like a child tracking a parade. I am not here to tease you, or bait you, or make a mystery of what should be merciful. I did not design you for cruel riddles. I formed you for precise timing. For doors that recognize your silhouette and unlock. For good news that sits steady under scrutiny, that does not collapse when held up to the light. 20 minutes is not a threat. It is a blessing distilled to its essence. A living countdown that sharpens your focus, steadies your hands, and tells your soul in a voice that feels like home, stand up. You have waited through nights of almost and nearly, through promises that arrived like fog and left like ghosts, through friendships that pretended to be bridges and revealed themselves as toll booths, through rooms where you lowered your voice to save the peace until you lost pieces of your own name. I saw you. I saw every minute you swallowed and every tear you hid by turning it into humor. I did not despise your weariness. I protected your seed while storms tried to split your shell. I whispered to you in the pocket no one else could find, "Save your strength." There will come a time when yes finally means yes. That time is not theoretical. It is folded inside these minutes rolling toward you with the promise of a train that keeps its schedule. That is why you feel pressure beneath your sternum. That is why your palms warm for no reason, why the air tastes like static, why you check the door, glance at your phone, then look up at the sky as if the sky learned your alphabet. I am spelling something. I am writing your name into an arrival. You asked if you were foolish to believe. If miracles have favorites and you were not on the list. If the universe passes out favor to higher bidders. Hear me. I have never toyed with you. I have never used your life as a prop in someone else's spectacle. When they confused your patience for weakness, I was measuring their distance from your destiny. When they tried to reshape you to fit their small rooms, I was building you a door that requires your full height. When you wondered why I kept your life hidden, I was guarding the quality of your harvest. So that when the field finally opened, the light on the fruit would be too undeniable to argue. Do you hear me? You are not late. The moment is early for everyone else, but right on time for you. You will hear your name today in a way that is not normal. Waited, aimed, sent from an edge beyond your map. You have watched him on screens and heard the noise around his name and wondered why your heart tilted forward like a plant toward light at the mention. I can route messages through any messenger I please, the famous and the hidden, the loud and the quiet, the expected and the impossible. Do not worship the messenger. Honor the message. Do not bow to the name. Receive the timing. I choose instruments for their reach. I aim them where doubt hides. And today, the reach is long enough to find you, through rockets and fiber and satellites, through a ping that makes your phone sit up straighter. Through a voice you recognize not because you met it, but because the culture never shuts up about it. I can make a signal ride a Starlink or a knock ride a neighbor's knuckles. I am not embarrassed to surprise you through channels that skeptics roll their eyes at. A note has been set in motion. A signal of favor. A pointer that says, "Look here." You are seen. I have watched you make tiny faithful choices when no one clapped. Closing tabs that ate your attention. Deleting numbers that drained your tenderness. Rising from beds that held your grief like an anchor. Refusing invitations to repeat old disasters. Speaking soft truths into rooms that only respect loud lies. Do not think I lost track of those decisions. I counted them like pearls. That is why today's surprise is not random. It is a response. It is what a field looks like the morning after nobody noticed the planting. It is how a letter arrives suddenly to someone who didn't know the sender had been writing for months. It is how a door that looked welded shut becomes obvious when light leaks from the edges and you finally touch the handle. You will touch the handle. You will not be refused. I am clearing the air in your house. I am evicting the stale breath of fear that camped in your hallway and labeled itself familiar. I am pushing away the early voices, the ones that always arrive first to say it won't last, it won't matter, it won't stay. They are squatters. I am the owner. I am releasing a cleanliness into your rooms, a readiness that makes your space feel like a welcome instead of a waiting room. You will want to tidy something, to open a window, to set a glass on the table and say, "Someone is coming." Say it. Let your mouth agree with the movement. This is not superstition. This is alignment. Meet the arrival by acting like someone worth visiting. 19 becomes 18. And urgency is not panic today. It is accuracy. The countdown is your friend. It closes the door on thieves of attention. It bars stale guilt that insists you must pay more penance before receiving. It locks out comparisons that shuffle charts and declare others richer, brighter, better. It snaps the spine of memories that try to turn being overlooked once into a prophecy of being overlooked forever. You will not carry yesterday's ash into today's flame. You will not apologize for being chosen. You will not shrink to keep someone else comfortable. You will rise into peace the way dawn rises over the city, quiet, steady, unstoppable. There is a line. You've stood behind a tape across your path because you are careful and kind. I am lifting that tape. I am sending a sign you cannot explain away. A call. A ping. A knock. A sentence that lands too heavy to be coincidence. A gift wrapped as a question. A question wrapped as a gift. It will sound like, "Can we talk? I saw this and thought of you. I believe in you. Are you ready?" You are ready. Ready in a way you could not be before, because humility has become your native language, steadfastness your stance, hope your rhythm. Even when you pretended not to hope, I know you. I know how you promised yourself not to expect and then smuggled expectation under your coat anyway. You did not sin by hoping. You were strengthened by it. You sheltered the little flame under the bowl of your day. Now I lift the bowl. Listen. Prosperity is not a trick and favor is not fraud. I am not raising you to drop you. I am not sugaring your heart for a crash. I am feeding you bread. When I say surprise, I do not mean spectacle. I mean divine timing. When I say sent, I do not mean rumor. I mean confirmation. When I say only for you, I am not asking you to isolate. I am promising a custom fit. The envelope bears your name and the contents will strengthen you to bless without bleeding out. You have longed to pour without emptying. This is that. This is blessing that multiplies instead of drains. Opportunity aligned with your integrity. Connection that honors your boundaries. A message that adds to your life instead of stealing sleep. Right now, on anything you can reach, paper, palm, memory, 3 words for how you will handle blessing. Not how you will receive it, how you will steward it. Will you be grateful? Will you be generous? Will you be discerning? Choose your 3. Hold them. When the knock arrives, when the message lands, when the window flares with confirmation, return to your 3 words. Let them anchor you. You will not drown in attention. You will not be tossed by compliments. You will not be dizzy in open rooms. You will move like someone who belongs. Like someone who rehearsed integrity until it became muscle memory. 15 becomes 14 and your name feels warmer. The phrase, only for you, tastes strange on your tongue because your old pain argues against specificity. Why would anything be only for me? Because I decide. Because I delight in writing precise stories with precise people. You are not an extra in the film of your own life. You endured seasons where nothing felt like it was for you at all. I promised I would not waste those years. I redeem souls and time. I buy back wasted hours and pay them forward into appointments that make sense of old aches. You will step into a new room and understand why the last room ended. You will hold a new key and understand why the old lock refused you. You will meet a new kindness and know why flattery made you sick. You are not obligated to explain this moment to those committed to misunderstanding it. Bless them. Release them. Keep moving. Your duty is not to convince skeptics you are worthy. Your duty is to walk worthy because you were called. To make good choices inside favor. To remain teachable now that you are visible. I will send mentors who tell you the truth, not the noise. I will place boundaries around you like a beautiful fence so you can rest without looking over your shoulder every 5 minutes. I will give you language for opportunities so you can say yes without selling your soul and no without losing your peace. I am organizing your life. 13 becomes 12 and the hush before an orchestra falls over the day. Hear it. The lights dim. The story takes the stage. You are not in the audience anymore. You are standing on the mark taped to the floor for you long before you arrived. Stand on it. Breathe from your belly. Whisper, I agree. Agreement is your power now. Not frantic effort. Not desperate hustle. Not proving and performing. Agreement. Agree with your anointing. Agree with timing. Agree with goodness that does not demand a receipt for every gift. I am not summoning you to a courtroom. I am setting a table. Sit, receive, and then rise to work from fullness, not chase it. If you worry about backlash, know that I already handled it. Some will misunderstand. Some will imitate. Some will complain. None of it subtracts from what I am doing because I am not dealing in scarcity. I am unveiling a prepared portion. Your portion has your name on it. Your measurements. Your lessons stitched into the lining so you don't forget the road that carried you here. Wear it lightly. Wear it humbly. Wear it with a smile that says, I didn't earn it, but I cooperated with grace. That is truth. That is freedom. That is how your home will feel today, freer than yesterday, softer with hope, stronger with resolve, brighter by a degree. Open your window. Feel it. 11 becomes 10 and time speaks like a friend. I redeem your relationship with time. I teach you rhythms that protect what is blooming. I strengthen the muscles that carry joy, focus, gratitude, sober laughter, bold gentleness, quiet fullness. Your night will be guarded. Your morning blessed. Noon will feel kind again. And when the message arrives, when the confirmation lights up your name, you will not scramble. You will simply step. One step, then another. The rest will meet you. When I say a surprise is coming to your house, I mean a tangible token of the intangible shift already accomplished. Evidence. A signpost you can point to and say, that day, something turned. Don't reduce it to a single form. Let me choose the packaging. It may be a person whose voice carries opportunity. It may be a document that lifts a weight you've carried for years. It may be a door into a workspace, a platform, a studio, a partnership you prayed for and stopped praying for because it hurt to keep asking. It may be simple, beautiful provision that makes bills gentle and generosity easy. It will be clean, ethical, aligned with who you truly are. You will not twist yourself into knots to hold it. You will not hide it. You will not betray yourself to keep it. My gifts arrive with clarity. 9 becomes 8 and courage settles in your back like a firm hand. You will talk differently today. You will answer the phone with steadiness. You will open the message without shaking. You will stand at the door without shrinking. You will read with discernment and smile with wisdom. You will set a small boundary if needed. And you will let yourself be delighted because your joy is trustworthy. Joy is part of holiness. Joy is strength. Joy is daily bread. Eat. 7 becomes 6 and I lean close with something private. The shame that haunted your decisions is dismissed. It has no seat on your council. You learned, you changed, you turned, you grew. What else should guilt demand? Let it go. I am not sending blessing to a version of you that no longer exists. I am blessing the courageous person who kept returning to hope after disappointment. That's the one I love. That's the one I elevate. That's the one I surprise. 5 becomes 4 and even your walls listen. They will hear laughter today and keep it. They will hear your name spoken with honor and remember the cadence. They will watch you walk with unhurried feet and exhale. Your home is not a place of dread. Your home is a base for good news. A little kingdom with a large window. Open it. Let the air in. Let the day know you are ready. 3 becomes 2 and I narrow the distance between your fear and your courage with a sentence you can carry like a polished stone. I am not alone at my own door. Say it now. Whisper it again. Feel the difference. Know you are accompanied. When the knock comes, the call appears, the word arrives, you will answer as someone held. Because you are. 1 minute becomes now and there is nothing left but yes. Say yes to being seen without flinching. Yes to being chosen without apologizing. Yes to being blessed without disowning the person you used to be. Yes to letting goodness land where it was aimed. Yes to honoring the message over the messenger. Yes to walking forward one clean step at a time. I am here. I am not teasing you. I am keeping time. Receive what I've sent. Carry it well. Let your house become the address where gratitude lives. And now, because you have ears for timing, listen again. There are 20 minutes left in a quiet clock you cannot see. The seconds rise and fall like the tide in your chest. I am the one who called you by a name that existed before papers and signatures, before misunderstandings. I remember the breath you fogged onto a window as a child, small and afraid and daring anyway. I am not far. I am at your door like light in a crack, like heat through a wall, like music from a room you forgot was yours. I arranged this surprise with a precision that insults coincidence. It is not for everyone. It is for you, only for you. I placed these words in your path because I knew you would feel the urgency braided into them and open them instead of drifting past like a stranger to your own destiny. They told you that you were last in line, that if anything arrived, it would be leftovers after louder names and brighter friends. I am the one who flips lines with a breath. There will be a knock. A ping. A sign you can't mistake. The vehicle may wear a familiar voice or a channel you never imagined. Do not worship the messenger. Receive the message. The form will fit your life with surgical exactness, not loud enough to drown you, loud enough to wake possibility in the room you live in. You will know it by the warmth that crosses your chest and the calm that settles your shoulders. I tuned your timing like an engineer tunes a system. Delays were not denials, they debugged the environment so what's arriving can run clean. The days ahead will not feel like a sprint. They will feel like a sequence of deliberate, elegant steps, each one leaving space for gratitude to become stewardship, for wonder to become wisdom, for joy to become responsibility without fatigue. Here is how you will know this is yours. The surprise will respect your life, values, boundaries. It will be clean, ethical, aligned with who you have become. It will not steal your sleep, it will restore it. It will not demand sacrifice as payment, it will honor your generosity with expansion. People with leverage are watching, people who move through systems with keys you have only imagined. I am not confused by power. I am using it. The delivery will be unmistakable, not for spectacle, but for effect, steadiness where there was doubt, clarity where there was fog, doors where there were walls. This is not a cliff. It is a doorway. You will step through with calm assurance, not frantic hustle. The path ahead will invite you to steward more light, to give with thoughtfulness, to grow gently and decisively. It may wear the shape of a contract, a collaboration, a funding note, a strategic invitation, a platform that finally understands your voice and lifts it to rooms where decisions are made. When it arrives, you will test it like a careful scientist, questions, boundaries, discernment. And you will say yes, not from fear of missing out, but from the bone-deep recognition of alignment. 20 minutes left is not a threat, it is a preparation ritual. Clean the doorway. Set a table. Open a window. The surprise will require your presence, your integrity, your poise, and it will reward you with evidence that your labor was not invisible, your patience not wasted, your hope not a fool. There will be voices that try to shrink it. Be careful. Be modest. Be realistic. Those voices belong to an old budget of fear. I am increasing your budget of belief. The surplus you receive will not drain you, it will enlarge you. You will not owe anyone for this. You will owe your future the way you steward it. This is not luck. It is timing meeting preparation in a space that can breathe. The surprise will be practical and tangible. A letter that clears a weight. A partnership that multiplies capacity. A door into a studio your hands will fill. A voice that finally speaks your language with authority. It will come with clear expectations, boundaries that protect your energy, and freedom to say no to anything that dishonors your trajectory. You have practiced showing up without applause. Choosing truth over convenience. Keeping faith with your own design when others doubted you. This timing makes sense now. The right instrument, the right channel, the right moment aligned to carry your name where decisions are made. Breathe. Feel your heartbeat settle into its native rhythm, unafraid of the future you earned. The knock will come. The door will open. The sign will glow with quiet certainty. You will step forward, not with the noise of desperation, but with the calm of someone who prepared a place for what arrived. This is not a test. It is a delivery. It is validation that your discipline, patience, integrity have not been wasted. It is an invitation to do more, be more, give more, grow more without losing the center of who you are. So when this moment lands, answer with measured gratitude and disciplined joy. Pause for 3 heartbeats. Listen to the subtle guidance in your bones. Then step with your full name, your full intention, your full yes. If you need a breadcrumb, look for this: can we talk? Are you available? I saw this and immediately thought of you. Or perhaps simple: we're ready. You will hear your name earlier than anyone expects.